I personally didn't think much of the Roger Stone case. They descended upon Roger Stone's house like it was a compound of some kind of mafioso or some kind of drug dealer in Ecuador or Panama somewhere. It's Roger Stone. Shady, nefarious, bit of a liar, huckster, Roger Stone. Roger Stone said that he was some kind of backdoor between WikiLeaks, even though Roger Stone at no point disclosed, like there was nothing to show that Roger Stone had any information that the rest of the public didn't have. And yet they descended on his house. This case that I thought was essentially going to go nowhere, and still may go nowhere, has yielded some extraordinarily interesting things that we got to talk about. We all know that DNC never turned over their servers to the FBI. The FBI can descend on Roger Stone's house like a compound, but they can't get the service from the DNC. It gets worse. It gets worse. Information disclosed in the case with Roger Stone. Disclosed in the case with Roger Stone. You're going to love this. Welcome to the Soapbox. My name is Jamarl Thomas. This is Soapbox After Dark. This video is going to be relatively quick because there's not much here. It's more so just interesting. Extraordinarily interesting. Especially for people who've been following this. Now, I've made a bit of an issue that the DNC never turned on their servers to the FBI because my thought is it's the FBI. Why can't they get their hands on the DNC servers? That seemed extraordinarily bizarre. You can bug a president, or you can consider bugging a president, but you can't get your hands on the DNC servers. That sounds so strange. Nevertheless, that is essentially what took place. Now, it gets worse. How could it get worse than that, Jamal? The FBI didn't get their hands on the key piece of evidence. How can it get worse than that? The Roger Stone case. Roger Stone, in discovery, asked for something very interesting. Listen to this. Defendant Roger Stone has filed a motion seeking to compel production of certain unredacted reports from the cybersecurity company Crowdstrike. Document 103. The government has no reason to believe that the redacted information constitutes Brady material and does not possess the information the defendant seeks. Let me read that again, because I need that to soak into what... Let that soak into your brain for a minute, what I just said. This is an affidavit that's essentially Roger Stone is trying to get information. And the information that his legal team is trying to get are the reports from Crowdstrike, or reports to the FBI from Crowdstrike, but they're trying to get the unredacted materials. Let me say that again, because to me this is mind-blowing. Defendant Roger Stone has filed a motion seeking to compel the production of certain unredacted reports from the cybersecurity company Crowdstrike. Document 103. The government has no reason to believe that the redacted information constitutes Brady material and does not possess the information the defendant seeks. This is the government's response to requests for unredacted reports from Crowdstrike by Roger Stone's team. The government's response is essentially saying, look, we don't have that information. What do you mean you don't have the information? So not only did they not get the servers, Crowdstrike gave them a report. And the report that Crowdstrike gave them was redacted. Redacted! Redacted by who? Crowdstrike. Crowdstrike gave the FBI redacted reports. And that's what they were using. That's astonishing. How is that not astonishing? Not only do you not get your hands on the servers, but you didn't even get the reports. You didn't even get the full unredacted reports. That's astonishing. How does that happen? How does that happen? Roger Stone's lawyers are like, we want it all. We want it all. You said my client's guilty, fine. We want it all too. We want it all. Show us what you got. And the FBI saying, we don't have that. Those reports have been redacted. This is amazing. I wanted to do this story early on because I thought it was so extraordinary. But this is the response. I'm putting it at the bottom. You can read it for yourself. Department of Justice response to MTC Crowdstrike reports. Department of Justice is responding. Okay. Roger Stone has filed a motion seeking to compel the production of certain unredacted reports from the cybersecurity company Crowdstrike. Roger Stone's team is seeking to compel the production of unredacted reports from Crowdstrike. Now, Crowdstrike was the company that the DNC paid to look over its servers. They were a client of the DNC. This client of the DNC, when handing over information to the FBI because it didn't hand them over the servers, didn't even hand the FBI the unredacted report. They redacted the reports and gave them to the FBI, a company that is being paid for by the DNC. That is amazing. That is amazing. That is amazing. I hope I'm not the only one astonished by this. I want to read this again. Defendant Roger Stone has filed a motion seeking to compel the production of certain unredacted reports from the cybersecurity company Crowdstrike. The government has no reason to believe that the redacted reports constitute Brady material and does not possess the information the defendant seeks. We don't have it. We don't have unredacted reports from Crowdstrike. Russia hacked us. Russia hacked us. That's astonishing. What? Am I the only one astonished by that? The Jimmy Dore Show. Unbelievable! Jimmy Dore screams unbelievable. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. That's astonishing. I've done reports on this the entire way through. I've gone through how the DNC didn't get their hands on the service. I've gone through how they sent a honeypot in order to go after Papadopoulos. I've gone into how the honeypot was connected to a spy in and of itself. This is like, I've even gone into how the real story here is the Ukrainian government and how the DNC had a spy in the Ukrainian government. Don't take my word for it. Take the Ukrainian embassy itself that said it. And now Roger Stone, Piddly crook Roger Stone, it's revealed just through this weird case that these guys didn't have access not only to the servers, but the FBI, the indignity of this. How do you not get that? We're 3 years into conspiracy theory. 3 years. And all of this was based on this notion that Russia hacked the Democratic Party, or the DNC servers. And 3 years later, we find out that not only did they not get the servers, but they didn't even have an unredacted report of it. How do you give a redacted report to the FBI? What am I missing? What am I missing? Am I missing something? I mean, this is 8 minutes. I don't want this one to go long. This is astonishing. This is astonishing. Shout out to Aaron Matei, because I saw it from him. This was a story I wanted to do first thing this morning, and it just so happened I spent my entire day trying to get online. I won't be surprised if the Department of Justice drops the Roger Stone prosecution. It's a joke anyway. He had no WikiLeaks ties. I've said that before. And in discovery, his attorneys have uncovered interesting stuff. Crowdstrike gave the FBI redacted reports on the alleged Russia hacked, which Crowdstrike itself redacted. I suppose the FBI wasn't cleared to know. And just so we're clear about this, the DNC pays Crowdstrike. If you guys enjoy the content, there's nothing else to say. That's astonishing. I find that to be astonishing. Roger Stone, shout out. Shout out. If you enjoy the content, please feel free to share, like, subscribe. You can always support through PayPal or Patreon. Wow. Nice job, Aaron Matei. And he wasn't the only one that found it. I just saw it on his page first. So I'm giving him credit for me seeing it on his page first. All right, guys. Thanks all.